ranking every single Marvel Rivals heroes from the most boring to the most fun. Now obviously keep in mind that this is only my opinion. This is a very subjective video because obviously what I find fun might not be very fun for you. We all have different playstyles and different roles that we like playing. This is just purely my opinion, and let's see if you agree in the comments. So let's start with Black Panther. Black Panther is definitely extremely fun. I mean, it's definitely not fun when you're just tickling your enemy. He is called the tickle monster for a reason, but you cannot deny the fact that it's so fun just dashing through them. You're like phew, 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 you're just dashing around like a mad lad. I'm also the type of player who likes very hard to play characters, so Black Panther for me is like really fun because there's actually a challenge to it. I don't like characters where they're like brain dead and very easy to play. If you spear and you miss your dash, you're just there standing waiting to die. He's definitely a high scaling character and he's just extremely fun to play. Black Widow, now I don't really find Black Widow that fun, I'll be honest. It's definitely not boring. I'd say rarely fun. Now obviously this depends. If you like playing snipers, playing at the back, sniping your enemies, then obviously you might find Black Widow very fun to play, but I feel like majority of the people, including myself obviously, we just don't find Black Widow that fun. This might be biased obviously because I just don't like playing snipers, but at the end of the day it's not really that fun staying at the back camping. Like who likes camping at the back? I feel like most people will agree with me that it's more fun if you're like a melee character or like going in like crazily. And it's the same thing with Hawkeye. Like I just don't find them very fun to play. Like yeah, it's satisfying if you can like one tap them and they just die instantly. That's definitely very fun, and his ultimate is like so brain dead. Like oh wow, I killed so many people in like with no skill whatsoever. Like I don't know, his kit is just not fun for me, at least in my opinion. Hela, now I actually enjoy Hela a lot more than these guys. I don't know, like they're basically around the same playstyle, but I'll still keep her in really fun. I would personally put her like a lot more fun. I don't know, they're basically the same playstyle, but I do enjoy playing Hela way more than these characters. I just like the way she shoots, the way she transforms into a crow. Her ult is like pretty satisfying to use as well. Hela is definitely a lot more satisfying to play compared to like Black Widow and Hawkeye, at least in my opinion. I also think she's just way cooler like as a character. Maybe I'm just an edgelord, but I don't know, I just find Hela way more cooler as well. Human Torch, now I'll definitely say Human Torch can be fun. Is it A tier though or B tier? I think I'll leave it in B tier for now. Now to be fair, I haven't played enough Human Torch for me to actually rank him properly. I played him a few times and I did enjoy it quite a lot. I just like the way you can fly around. You can like make this box with fire in it. You just slamming down on people. Like I think that's really fun. Iron Fist, now I actually really like Iron Fist. Now this might just be me. This might be a hot take, but I enjoy Iron Fist a lot. I think he's a very fun character. Definitely not extremely fun S tier. I'm definitely saving S tier for other certain characters, but Iron Fist is definitely a lot of fun. He's like a mosquito. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of flankers in this game, but like design wise, it's very unique in my opinion. Iron Man, I do find him quite fun actually, even though he's very basic and very easy to play. I do find him quite fun to play, like more fun than these guys for sure. I don't know why, but I just like seeing the damage numbers. Like every time you beam a tank, I don't know why, but it's just so satisfying beaming them, and their health is just draining so quick. He's definitely not like the best in terms of meta unless you have Hulk, and then he can be good, but in terms of fun, I think he can be quite fun. Magic, now I think Magic is either S tier or A tier for me. I think I'm gonna leave her in A tier for now. She's like a brawler and a flanker at the same time. You can play her in front with your tanks, or you can just flank around and kill the supports. You can probably tell from the list currently that I just like the hyper characters. I'm a flanker main. That's my type of playstyle, so you'll be seeing a lot of like assassin flanking type characters really high. And with Magic, I just like her design as well. The way she she has like a massive sword and she can turn into a demon. Like, she's just so cool. Mr. Fantastic. Now, unfortunately, we have our first D tier. Unfortunately, I might get some hate in the comments putting him this low, but I just do not find him interesting to play. There's like so many other characters that are just way more fun to play. He's like a semi-tank, semi-duelist. Like, I just don't get his playstyle. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of saying something, the fact that you rarely see him getting played. So I feel like people will agree with me on this one because I rarely see him getting played. Moon Knight. Now, I feel like I was gonna put him here, I'll be honest, but I think he can be rarely fun. I think I just like seeing the damage numbers as well. Like, your damage is always so high with this guy, and the fact that you can get your ult really quick as well is like so fun, and it's just so fun for me. I just like the way you can also just put your mark and then they just die instantly. I don't know, that's kind of satisfying for me. Most people might put him in boring. I can agree with you, but I think there's some scenarios where he can be quite fun to play. Psylocke. Now, this is very biased. I'm a Psylocke main. I'm obviously putting her in S tier. She is, for me, the most fun character in this game. I just like the way you can play like two playstyles with her. You can play like a poke character where you kind of just stay behind with your team, poking the tanks or the supports, or you can flank. You can try to kill the supports quickly and then leave. I just like her playstyle. Her ability designs is just amazing. It fits so well. Like 2 dashes, an invis. It's just so fun for me. And come on, the character design. Like, I know we're not supposed to be talking about the characters designs here because this is about fun and boring and stuff, but you cannot deny the fact that if you have a cool character, for some reason it just makes it more fun. Is it just me? Namor. Now, I kind of find him quite boring personally, but definitely not D tier though. I'd say like rarely fun. Let's be honest, guys, at least for most players. I feel like most players only use Namor to counterpick. If they have Spider-Man, if they have Black Panther, if they have Iron Fist, most of the time that is when you use Namor. Now, I've definitely seen some Namor specialists where they just play him whenever they want. It doesn't matter about counterpicking, they just play it because he's fun. But let's be honest, most players, they just use him to counterpick. He can definitely be fun for sure, but in terms of other characters out there, I feel like there's just way more fun characters. Scarlet Witch. Now, this might be a hot take. You guys are probably expecting me to put her in D tier, but I'm gonna be honest. I do find her a little bit tiny, like tiny bit of fun sometimes. There's some games out there where I just want to turn off my brain and just play Scarlet Witch. Like, is it just me? Obviously, she's not the most fun character out there because it is just like aimbot. Her ult sucks, like it's so hard to make it work. But you gotta agree, if you just want to play Marvel Rivals casually, you just want to turn off your brain, I feel like Scarlet Witch is really good at that. So this might be a hot take, but yeah, I do find her really fun. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is definitely extremely fun. Like, you cannot deny it. The amount of movement you have with Spider-Man is just crazy. The combos, yeah, you can do so much with Spider-Man. You can like throw people off the map if you know how to do that. And come on, you're playing the Spider-Man. Storm. Now, I feel like Storm can be fun, but quite basic for me though. I don't know, all you do is like power boost your teammates or movement speed boost. Like, this might be a hot take, I find Iron Man more fun than Storm. Like, this might be a hot take because with Iron Man you can like, you have so much stuff that you can do. You can like fly really quick, reposition, beam your enemies, and then like the multiple rockets and stuff. With Storm, that you're just shooting, you go up, you go down, like that's literally all you do. Squirrel Girl. Okay, do we even need to talk about that? Like, no. Her ult is very boring and basic. Her playstyle is very boring and basic. Like, I can definitely see some people like having fun with Squirrel Girl if you like her playstyle, but I feel like majority of the people will agree with me that she's just not that fun to play. There's just way better characters out there that are just way more fun to play. Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord is very fun to play. I would would even argue he can be S tier, but I'll put him in A tier. So for me, it's pretty fun until he gets ult. I don't know, his ultimate is very meh. Maybe because he's just, you know, aimbot. It's not really very interesting to play. But besides that, I like the way you can like dodge around. You can even dodge ultimates and stuff. You can like do a mini Reaper ult from Overwatch. You can fly as well. I feel like he's very fun to play for sure. Punisher, I'm sorry. It's like the most basic character ever. Wow, you have an assault rifle. Wow, you have a shotgun. Wow, you have a turret suddenly. I've definitely seen some people out there who do enjoy Punisher, but I feel like majority of the people will agree with me that he's just not that fun. I feel like you will see him in every shooter game ever. He's like the most basic and generic character. Winter Soldier. I actually find him very fun to play. Like, I'd say fun. I would even argue A tier, but I'd say fun. I feel like most of the fun comes from his ultimate. Is it just me? But the reason why I put him a lot higher than Punisher is because you actually have combos. You can like pull your enemies. You can like uppercut them. You can even kidnap people because you can grab them, turn around quick, and then you can like kidnap them. He's definitely just way more fun to play than Punisher. Wolverine. Ooh, it's either S tier or A tier for me. I actually have no idea. I'm gonna have to put him in A tier for now. I might move him in S tier later on, but I find him very fun to play. I like the way you can kidnap tanks. You're just waiting in the side, and then you just kidnap, and like it's just so satisfying to play this guy. If they don't have two tanks, then it's definitely gonna be hard for you, obviously. Or if they're playing tanks that are just like maybe the Thing, you know, or like Magneto, you're not gonna be having too much fun. But most of the time, he's just very fun to play. The amount of combo potential that you have with him is just extremely fun. I feel like you cannot go wrong with Wolverine for sure. So this is my list for Duelists. Now let's move on with Strategists. Adam Warlock, I would say maybe rarely fun, or maybe fun. He's either B tier or C tier for me. I feel like you need to be an Adam specialist to like actually enjoy him. For most players, they're not gonna enjoy Adam Warlock. There's a reason why you don't really see him a lot. The people who play him, they're just an Adam Warlock specialist. But most of the time, I don't know, he's not very... The only time he can be satisfying to play is when he's ulting and you res like 4 people or something. So he can be rarely fun. Cloak and Dagger. I think Cloak and Dagger is definitely a lot of fun. I'd say very fun. I'd say very fun for sure. She's definitely like one of the most fun supports out there. I love the way you're also basically playing 2 characters. You have Cloak and you have Dagger. You literally cannot go wrong with Cloak and Dagger. This is why there's so many Cloak and Dagger mains out there, because not only they're like a really cool character, they're also just really fun to play. Invisible Woman. Now this might be a hot take. I do find her like extremely fun, but I feel like this is way too biased, so I'll put her in very fun. I just love the way you have so much mechanic on her. You can pull, you can like push them away, you have this vortex, you have a shield, you have so much to think about with Invisible Woman. Like you have so much to do with her. You're like a playmaker with Invisible Woman. If you're a really good Invisible Woman, nobody will die in your team. Like it's so fun to play as that. She's definitely extremely fun for me, but I don't want to be extremely biased, so I'm gonna put her in very fun. Jeff. I think Jeff is very fun as well, but I'll put him in fun. Like definitely not as fun as Invisible Woman, at least for me, so I'll put him in fun. He's definitely very like entertaining to play because you can like go underneath, you can poke around, you can annoy the enemy and then leave. Especially with his ultimate, obviously it's very annoying to deal with and very satisfying to use. Maybe if this is like season 0, like back in the day, I definitely find him very fun, but then they released Invisible Woman and I started playing a bunch of other strategists. I find him less fun. He's still fun, but not as fun as before, at least for me. Loki. Oof. Guys, this might be a hot take. This might be a hot take. I find him extremely fun to play. He's definitely, for me, my favorite strategist to play. The amount of playmaking that you can do, like you can stand still, pretend to be an illusion, you can save your teammates with the little lamp you have, and his ultimate, oh my god, his ultimate is like definitely the most fun ultimate in the game. I don't care what you're saying. Like you can literally copy the most boring character and it's still very interesting. Luna Snow. Luna Snow is definitely like basic but not boring. I'd say fun to play. She's like your typical casual, not very hard to play, but still can be very fun. There's a reason why there's a lot of Luna Snow players out there, because even though she's easy to play, she's like so fun. And her ult, I don't know, for me her ult is like the best thing about her. The fact that you just ult, you're literally emoting at them and they cannot do anything about it unless they have like a Punisher or like an Iron Man that can kill you. Mantis, now oof, I wanna put her here, I'll be honest, because I do like her, but I think it's very biased. I'll put her in fun, so I'm gonna put her in B tier. She's definitely fun. She can be A tier. The way you can like damage boost, yeah, healing over time, you can sleep, the amount of combos that you can do with her is just pretty good. Some people might say she's like very boring and basic because, oh wow, you mark your enemies, oh wow, you mark your allies, oh you damage boost them, it's not very fun. I can definitely see some argument where she's not very fun, but for me she's at least B tier. I feel like I'm always at least having fun with her. Rocket Raccoon, ugh, I'm sorry, nope, I don't like him. No, I do not like him. I've definitely seen some crazy Rocket Raccoons out there where they make him very fun to play, where they're like very slippery and very hard to kill. Those Rocket Raccoons, they make him very fun to play for sure. But most Rocket Raccoon players, I don't know why, they're just staying at the back and then spamming healing. That's all they do. You have one of the best escape out there, but I still see Rocket Raccoons dying multiple times. Like, how is that possible? Maybe, just maybe, he can be rarely fun, but I don't know. I feel like you have to be like a Rocket Raccoon specialist to make him like quite fun to play. For most people, he's not very fun. Okay, so that's my support tier list. Now let's move on with tanks. Captain America. Now I do not play him that much, but I do find him quite fun to play every time I play him. He's like quite fun. You know, you can run very quick, you slam on them, you can like reflect back their ults and stuff if you want to. For me, I still don't play him that much because I prefer other tanks. To be fair, my tanks is like my least played role, but I do find him still enjoyable when I do play him. Doctor Strange, ooh, he's definitely one of the most fun, definitely. I'd say I want to put him in extremely fun, but I'm saving extremely fun for some certain tanks. There's some certain tanks out there where I want to put an S tier, and Doctor Strange was gonna be one of them, but I kind of changed my mind. He's definitely fun to play for sure. The way you can make portals, the way you can set up with your ult, like it's definitely crazy strong. And the crazy thing is, it's like one of the best tanks as well, if not the best tank. Groot, I was gonna put him in fun, but I rarely find him fun to play. I'm sorry. I feel like you have to be like a Groot specialist to actually enjoy him. Like it's the same thing with Adam Warlock or Rocket Raccoon. To make them fun to play, I feel like you need to be like, you main them, you know. For most players, if you don't main Groot, you're not gonna be having fun with Groot, at least in my opinion. All you do is putting walls up and that's basically it. It's not that fun. Hulk, oof, oh, I want to put him in extremely fun again, but I'm saving. There's two tanks that I want to put in S tier, so I'm gonna put him in A tier for now. Hulk is definitely extremely fun if I don't want to be biased, because you just jump around punching them, jump back if you want to. You can definitely be extremely fun, especially if you know how to use him properly. Magneto, unfortunately, I find him the most boring tank. I'm sorry, I said it. All you do with Magneto is like shield yourself or shield your allies. You have a different shield as well. You can like knock back enemies. Your projectile is not even very interesting to play. Your ult is like, I mean, it can be fun, I guess, but most of the time you're ulting to counter the enemy team. Magneto is one of those characters where you're only playing him to counter pick, you know what I mean? Like kind of like Namor. Penny Parker. Now Penny Parker is definitely, I'd say B tier. You can definitely argue she can be A tier because it can be fun sometimes sometimes to put traps and stuff and you watch them die, but personally that's not my kind of playstyle. I still do enjoy playing her sometimes. If we're like defending, I do enjoy playing her, but she's also very niche. Like you cannot play her in attack because it's gonna be very difficult to play her then. So it's very niche and it just depends on the map as well. The Thing, I think the Thing can be fun as well. Like I think fun for sure. He's like a easier version to play than Hulk in my opinion, but he can still be quite fun to play. The way you can run quick, you can punch around. His ult is very satisfying to play as well. Very basic to play, but very fun to play in my opinion. Thor, now this is one of the characters where they're just extremely fun to play, at least for me. I think Thor is really fun. Thor is definitely like at least top 3 of the most fun tanks, at least in my opinion. His kit is just very interesting and very unique. You can throw your hammer, you can even kidnap people, by the way. Have you seen those stores where they just keep pushing you around and stuff? You can play hyper aggressive as well. His ult can be very satisfying to use. If you don't think he's S tier, you still think he's like A tier at least. Venom, now this might be a hot take. I think Venom is, at least for me, the most fun tank in my opinion. You might argue, well, he's very basic, it's not very fun, but no, Venom for me, not only he's like one of the coolest tanks out there, like his default skin is so cool already, he's also just extremely fun to play. You tangel around, slamming on your enemies, you can feel they're just annoyed at you for like going in, you annoy them, you go out. Like it's so hard for you to die. I don't know, it might be a hot take, but I think he's definitely one of, if not the most fun tank. So guys, do you guys agree with my list over here? Comment down below if you guys agree with me or not. But of course, keep in mind that this is a very subjective video. This is just my opinion. We all have different playstyles, we all have different favorite characters to play. You can have fun with any of these characters, so do not take this personally. Well, that's it for today guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. See you everybody.